Okay, today, intercepts. 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 Question. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. Fair warning, I want to tell you that it's sort of weird what's happening halfway through the lesson. About halfway through the time I'm teaching, you might be like, what's happening here? Then it all wraps up very quickly, and most people find this to be a fairly easy section, comparatively speaking. So you got to stick with me through the lesson and ask questions as we go for that easy conclusion that I think is coming. Okay. We want to learn how to use x and y intercepts to graph an equation. So we want to learn to find those x and y intercepts, and we'll know we're being successful.
I'm just showing him a piece of comeback that they stole.
We'll know we're being successful when we can use substitution. Don't be scared. Watch how easy this substitution is. Easiest substitution of your life to find the x and y intercepts of a linear equation. On your graph, you'll see 4 lines. And I'm using this moment to review something about lines that we'll need for tomorrow's quiz. But one small piece of information. Which lines will be positive slopes? There's 2 of them that are positive slopes, but there are 2 of them that are negative slopes. And I'm going to ask you, Emma, but after you get it right, then I'm going to act all confused. If you got it right, I'm going to give you a thumbs up, like you got it right, and then I'm going to act all confused and pretend like you're not right, and then we need you to explain it for other people. Which 2 lines are the positive slopes? She's made a hand motion here, folks, and that hand motion really helps. She's got the ones that are going that way. She knows that means going up. So which ones are sort of going this way?
Lines
3 and 4. Because those ones go upwards, left to right. We always look left to right, and it's not because it's the same way we read. It's because these things, the x values are getting more positive going this way. We follow them in the positive direction and go, which one's going up? It might make intuitive sense if you think about your bank account and go, which of these, which lines would you want to happen to your bank account? And it's 3 and 4 that you want to be going up this way, not going down this way. I mean, mine generally goes this way. I'm more like 1, 2. I have too many children, and they're always spending all my money, and my account's going this way. So then which ones are negative slopes? Which ones are going downwards, left to right? 1 and 2, yeah. That's not exactly part of this lesson. It is, but it's another opportunity for me to keep bringing back old stuff so that we have our best chance of understanding everything that's going on. It says fill in the table by listing the coordinates of the x and y intercept of each line. Well, we talked about x and y intercepts. So let's look at number 1, and I think your grid's a little small, so this might be a little difficult. You might have to look on my page to see. Line 1 has a x-intercept there and a y-intercept there. Can you see that on line 1? Yeah, hard to see on your page, I think. Yeah, really hard to see. But if you look at my grid, can you see that the x-intercept is at 1? Yeah? And I'm going to put the coordinates of the point. It's at 1, 0. And the y-intercept is at 0, 1. That's for line 1. I'll switch colors so you can see on my screen again. I'll switch. That was orange. I wanted to use orange today of all days because it's Orange Shirt Day. I'll switch to green for line 2. Line 2, the y-intercept's way up here. That's where it meets the y-axis. And the x-intercept's way down there. Can you see on mine what the x and y intercept is? What's the x-intercept here? What number is that at? 6. So that's an intercept of 6, 0. The table already gave the y-intercept of 0, 6, so I didn't have to fill that in. Let's see, I've used orange and green. Let me switch to pink. Third line. Oh, even on mine, it's a little bit difficult to see. There's the y-intercept in pink, and there's the x-intercept there. So what's the y-intercept? What's its value? -4, yeah, because it's down below 0. Yeah, so -4. That was line 3.
That's the x-intercept spot.
Oh, yeah, sorry, good catch. I wrote that in the wrong spot. Y-intercept, 0, -4. Okay, good. And then the x-intercept, right in there, hard to see, I think, on your grid, right? It's really small, isn't it? But on mine, you can see it's at 2, 0. And then what I use, orange, green, pink, I don't know. I don't know if red's going to look much different than orange, but I'll try it. Line 4, x-intercept of -4, 0. Already got that. Y-intercept of 1, 2, 3. And the whole big idea of the lesson happens right now. In this number 4, I'm going to answer right here. Understanding what I'm going to do later comes right here. Look at the coordinates of the x-intercepts. What is the same for all of them? So the x-intercepts, 1, 0, 6, 0, 2, 0, -4, 0. There's something the same on every x-intercept.
The y-intercept's 0.
The y, I'm just going to change one word that you said there. You said it just right. The y values are 0. There, that's powerful. I'm going to use that in a minute. In a few minutes, to find an easier way to graph. How about the y-intercepts? Here's the y-intercepts, 0, 1, 0, 6, 0, -4, 0, 3. What's the same for all the y-intercepts? Do, 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 do. Here, let me get my highlighter out. I'll highlight them in yellow. What do you notice? Oop, that was too big. Smaller, 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 smaller. There, right there. What do you notice about all of the y-intercepts? Yeah, we got zeros over here. They start with a 0. So the x values are 0. Make sure you write that whole sentence. Because as I'm going to keep my promise, that's the big moment in the lesson. That's where all the understanding comes from in this lesson, okay? Well, it might not be clear right now why that matters, but I'll get to it very soon. Do you need more time there? Wait a minute, does this scroll down on mine or? No, that's the end of that page for me. Not the end of the page for you though, is it? Okay.
No.
Do you need more time there? All right. Determine the equation of line 2. Okay, this is from other lessons. Line 2 had y-intercept of 6. It has slope -1. Is that enough info for someone to tell me the equation of the line? If the y-intercept is 6 and the slope is -1, what does the equation line normally look like?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b. So again, every time you got to make an equation of line, start with writing y equals mx plus b. And then fill in the two things. Which one's which? Which one's the m? Which one's the m? Slope, m, -1. So I got my equation y equals -1x plus 6. Some people will write that as y equals -x plus 6. They won't write the 1 in front of it, and that's okay. That's another way algebraically to write -1x is just write -x. If we were substitute 0 for y in equation number 6, what do you predict the answer would be? Oh, that's very hard. If we were to substitute 0 for y in equation number 2, but the answer is right here. In equation 2, if we make y 0, what's the x going to be? It's right there. 6? Apparently. Maybe. Maybe you don't believe it. But if y is 0, x should be 6. Maybe you're not convinced. So I'll put a couple question marks there going, I hope. Is that the way this works? Did the coordinates match up with the algebra? So it says check your prediction by solving for x and y equals 0. Now I promised you this lesson would sort of turn at some point and start to become easy. Right here is where it is. It says make y equals 0. So I'm going to sub y equals 0. So right here, I'm going to write that equation, but I'm going to make the y equal to 0. Subbing in 0 is the easiest sub there is, because now that's equal to 0. And I can solve. I'm going to bring the negative x over. If it's negative x on the right side, what happens to it when I bring it to the left side? If it's negative x on the right side, what happens when it comes back to the left side? It's negative right now. So when it moves over, it becomes a positive. So I get x equals 6, which I'm going to put a check mark beside because it apparently played out the way we thought it was going to. And here's my complete lesson in a nutshell. If you want the x-intercept, make y 0. And it's the easiest sub going. Subbing in 0 is a very easy substitution to do. Okay. If we were to substitute 0 for x and solve for y, what do you predict the answer would be? Let's go back to our table. For equation 2, if we make the x equal to 0, what y value should we get? Looks like 6 again, so I'll do that. I'll go to my equation. I'll go y equals negative x plus 6. But I'm going to sub in 0. And what's 0 plus 6? 6. Check mark. And I'll say it again. Here's the whole point of today's lesson. If you want the y-intercept, make x 0. If you want the x-intercept, make y 0. Well, you're welcome to feel unimpressed by that. Because until you see it in action, you might not realize what we've got here. We've only got, if you flip the page, we've only got one page to go. I'm going to switch colors for the summary. I'm going to go to orange for Orange Shirt Day. This is going to tell you exactly what to do here. You could have slept through the whole lesson, missed the whole thing, but this is the whole thing right here. Well, that's the whole deal right there. The whole lesson in 2 sentences. If you want the y-intercept, substitute x equals 0. If you want the x-intercept, substitute y equals 0. And algebraically speaking, substituting 0 should be the easiest substitution you ever make, because 0 is an easy number to substitute in. I'll take a second to get that down, and I'll do 4 examples that are basically identical to your homework. Like, identical. While you're doing that, I don't love the grids that are on your paper, so I'm going to get you some separate graph paper. Do you need more time to copy down those 2 sentences? All right, here it comes. Here's the algebra. It says find the x-intercept. If I'm going to find the x-intercept, what should I do?
Substitute y equals 0 to get it.
Yeah, and even to shorten it down, you can just say sub in y equals 0. Watch how easy this sub is. Where I see y, I write 0. Why is that so easy? What's 2 times 0? 0. Bang. Equation simplifies nicely. I've only got one more step. What's the opposite of multiplying by 3? Divide by 3. So I just take that 6 and divide by 3. And what's 6 divided by 3? 2. I'm going to continue on with A, and I'm working in orange so you can see it. Good. If I want to get the y-intercept, what do I sub in now? What's that? No. Sub in x equals 0. And why is substituting in 0 so nice? What's 3 times 0?
0.
0. So that makes that easy. That's gone. All I got is this. And what's the opposite of multiplying by -2? Dividing. So I just go 6 divided by -2. Oops, my negative isn't very good there. There we go. And I get -3. Now, why is this so good? Watch this. 2 easy subs, and now I can graph. X-intercept at 2. Y-intercept at -3. Done. Ruler, line.
Mr. Tonk, can I get a ruler?
Yeah, rulers. Good point. Sorry, I got distracted there. Who else would like a ruler?
Give it back.
Me.
No. Oh, I mean, yeah. Did you just watch that, Mr. Tonk?
What happened?
You gave it to me. You gave it to me.
piece of gum has been stolen this period.
From me.
He gave it to me. He was like this. So I grabbed it. Then you
Daniel, turn that off. That's not what you're doing with your laptop.
I'm done though.
You're not done the assignment. You didn't need your laptop to do the assignment. You're supposed to be working on the assignments.
Yeah, I'm done the assignment.
No, you were not. I showed you directly what the assignment was and said, this is the assignment. You told me, no, it wasn't the assignment. And I said, well, I'm the one who would know. And then I told you again, it was the assignment. Then you asked for your laptop and went to do something else besides what I told you to do.
Am I able to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
Do I need to sign it or something?
No. No. Well, let's do another one. In another color. Gentlemen, don't bring snacks or gum or Skittles or anything to class. You clearly cannot handle it. It is too much to be able to do, even as I'm talking about it. Peter, come sit here. Forever. Yeah.
What I didn't do anything. He's your savior.
I know that you believe that's true, but you are completely wrong.
Can I sit there?
You can sit here,
That's too close to the
or you can sit at the office. Which one was better for you? I'm going to get him too, don't worry. Daniel, bring your laptop and sit here. Daniel, move here.
I know, but please tell me what I did. So I
Come sit here.
David's face at that game.
Yeah, once. Yeah, I did. Oh.
Wait for us, Megan.
What? You forgot to tell me that you're my fault. Bro, what did I do?
B. If we want to know the x-intercept, what do we do? If we want to know the x-intercept, what do we do?
Rise over run.
Nope. Pretty good guess, though. Not a bad try. Leave the candies alone. Let me rewind to the summary right here. If we want to know the x-intercept, what do we do? Emma. Make y 0. Good. So for x-intercept, sub in y equals 0. So in this equation, 5x plus 2y equals 10. Wherever I see y, here goes my writing. Write 0. Why is that? Peter, are we writing this down?
Yeah.
What's 2 times 0?
0.
0. That's why putting in 0 is nice and easy. And who's got the last step? I won't even set it up. I won't even ask the question what we do here. I don't know why you're acting like I shouldn't check on you.
I'm done with this.
This is what I asked you to work on.
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Oh, God.
Now you're acting like that, like I'm making up stuff, or I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
When we talked about this 3 times. 3 times in a row you said I was wrong. 3 times in a row I was right. Yes. Yeah. And what is 10 divided by 5? 2. Okay. But let's jump ahead, just in case you're wondering what I'm going to do with that. The x-intercept is 2. Where do I put that on this graph?
2.
At 2.
Same spot.
That one had the same x-intercept as the previous one. That was weird how that one worked out. Yeah? Let's see if it has the same y-intercept. How do I get the y-intercept?
Substitute the 0,
For
x.
x. Good. Sub in x equals 0. And why that's so easy is what's 5 times 0? 0. Don't need my calculator for that. Now what?
Divide by 2.
Just divide by the 2. Now to jump ahead, what do I do with that? That's the y-intercept of 5. Where does that go?
On the 5.
On the 5. Yeah, there we go. Now,
Oh, it's going down.
I'm ready to
Plot it on the graph.
plot it on the graph and then do what?
Draw a line on it.
Draw a line. Thank you.
I'm like a pro at this.
Yeah, I know. How many graphs am I supposed to do in that grid? Just 2? Just A and B, it says? Do the other 2 on the other graph. Okay. I should label those. I've got different colors, but you don't. So this was A. So just a little label there. And this is B. It's good? 2 more to go on this lesson. Where was I? Here. Here we go. New color. Orange, blue. How about green? X-intercept. How do I get x-intercept? Sub in y equals 0. Okay. And y is subbing in 0 so easy? Well, it just cancels out. It just gets rid of itself. 3x minus 0, that's just gone. It's just 3x. Final step. Final step there.
Divide it.
Yeah, good. Divided by 3. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Let's do the other one before we go graph them. To get the y-intercept, sub in x equals 0. And y is substituting in 0. So easy, because 3 times 0 is 0, that's gone. All I got is this. Now this is difficult though. It's got a negative in front of the y. If it's just a negative, what number do we think of that as?
-1.
That's a negative 1y, yes. So then I can divide by the negative 1 and get the y-intercept is negative, not positive. There are different ways to do that. Some people go, oh, if negative y is 9, then y has to be negative 9. They have reverse signs, but the negative 1 helps there. Now I can go graph those. X-intercept 3, where does that go?
On the 3.
On the 3, on the x-axis. There we go. And what was the y-intercept?
-9.
Negative 9, so that's down here.
Yep.
Once you have those two things,
Bracket.
then take out your ruler. Yes. Oh, not blue. Jeez. Jeez, 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 jeez. Green. And I got a different color so you can tell on mine, but really I should label that C. Was that C? That was C I did?
Yep.
Okay.
ID.
Now, D, slightly harder. I must tell you, a little bit more difficult here. X-intercept, what do I do to get X-intercept? I need a new color. You think about it while I get a new color. I'll use pink. How do I get X-intercept?
Well, 7 y equals 0.
Yeah.
So it's 2x minus 5, 0,
2x minus 5 zeros.
minus 14, 0.
What's nice about subbing in 0 is that just goes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. But slightly harder equation here. 2x minus 14 equals 0. First, I got to move this negative 14 over. The subtract 14. When it moves over, what happens to it? Now it's positive, yeah. So that subtract 14 becomes add 14. So there's an extra step in that one. Is there a homework one like that? Did I do exactly the same thing in the homework? Yes, there is one along the way. That's just a little bit more difficult. So then take the 14, divide it by 2. I ran out of space there, so I went off to the side here and wrote x equals 7. Let me put that on the grid right now so you can see it. I'll come right back. X equals 7. Boom. On the x-axis. Last one. To get the y-intercept, sub in what do I sub in to get the y-intercept? 0, 4, x, good. And again, subbing in 0, pretty nice. Because that just cancels out. But a slightly tougher equation here. What's the opposite of subtracting 14? Add 14. Then I got to do something that turns into something unfriendly. 14 doesn't divide by negative 5. What is 14 divided by negative 5?
2.5.
Negative, I don't think it's 28. Try it again. Negative 2.8?
So we're basically just plotting it in a random spot.
Yeah, not random, but it's awkward, eh? It's the weakness of graphing. When you get decimals, you're like, well, it's something like this. It's about here. So where was it? About negative 2.8, approximately there. It's not perfect, but we can handle it. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it sort of is the edge of what we do for graphing, because graphing doesn't handle decimals very nicely. Sometimes. Maybe we could make a better scale. Well, was that D? you have questions there? Need more time here? So if you get the odd decimal, you'll just have to estimate, that's all. We do want to be able to deal with decimals as well. After we talk about this. There's just some problems here with this, and then I got to get you the next assignment. Do you have any questions?